This is a review and comparison of the Icon 35-piece locking flex head ratchet and the Tone BRFS 27. Both of these are locking flex head ratchet bit drivers, and they're very similar. In fact, they are basically the exact same thing, even as far as, in my opinion, these drivers are from the exact same factory. They are almost nearly identical. They both have the exact same print. The only difference is one has a red dot, one has a white dot. And the only other minor difference I can find in the head design is the Icon and the Tone have a slightly different direction switch. The actual direction switching mechanism feels a little bit different. The Icon feels a bit snappier, and the Tone feels a little bit mushier. I'm not sure why that would be, because, I mean, other than that, looking at these, they are identical. I mean, I'm almost 100% positive these came out of the exact same factory. I mean, everything is the same. Obviously, they have slightly different handles. The Tone has a slightly longer handle than the Icon. But let's talk about the entire kit. So the Icon, which is everybody's favorite, sold at Harbor Freight, retails for $40. I have seen it on sale as low as $25. Comes with 35 pieces. It has just about every bit or head that I think you could want. It has an entire array of Torx bits, including a lot of them being security bits. It has two different flatheads. It has hex, all the way from 1.5 up to 8. And they are labeled on the actual hex. They have a lettering on there. It's kind of hard to see the lettering if you're looking at them in the case, but you can see it, especially if you pull them out. It also has 3 Phillips, 3 Posi-Drive, and 4 different standard size hex. So it has an 1/8 up to 1/4 inch. It does also include a 1/4 inch socket adapter. So if you wanted to use this with your 1/4 inch sockets, you can do so. It also includes a extension, 100 millimeter extension that you can use in the head as a T-handle, in the head as a extension, or you can use it in the tail for an extra leverage extension. Both of them have this design where there are markings along one edge of the extension that matches up to the dot, and if you match them, then you can slide it through. So you could use this as a T-handle to get extra leverage. Both of the flex heads do also rotate up to 90 degrees either direction, with a bunch of intermediate positions. So moving over to the Tone, basically the exact same design. Like I said, I'm pretty sure these are coming out of the exact same factory. I'm pretty sure these are made in Taiwan. I'm just looking on the website. I'm not sure. I'm sure it says where it is made somewhere, but I cannot see it on here. But either way, they're the exact same device. The Tone is a little bit longer. In fact, I can measure it. So Tone is about 150 millimeters, and the Icon is about 110 millimeters. And both of the extensions are the same length. Both of them are 100 millimeters. The Tone works the same way. It has markings on the extension. Line those up to the dot, and you can push it through. Use it as a T-handle. It'll also stop if it's not lined up, and you can just use it as an extension. You can also use it as a leverage extension by putting it in the tail. And you have a substantially longer device if you do it that way. So just comparing the length of the two, if they are fully extended, you've got, you know, an extra 40 millimeters. As far as bits go, a pretty comparable selection. It doesn't have the standard sizes, so you only get metric hex, and there are one or two less torques. For instance, the Icon has a T27 and the Tone does not. It just goes from 25 to 28. They are security hex, and in fact, the Tone is security hex security torques, excuse me, all the way down to the T6. So, and I don't think the Icon, so the Icon is only security torques down to T10. And then all the sizes smaller than T10 are just regular torques. So the Tone does have the Icon beat in that regard. Another difference is you get 3 slotted drivers as opposed to 2 with the Icon, and you get 6 different Phillips. However, you do not get any posi drive. So no posi drive in the Tone. I'm not sure if maybe posi drive is uncommon in Japan. But you get the same hex sizes, and you also do get a 1/4 inch driver. I do think that at least one of the minor differences between the two sets is that the Icon's 1/4 inch driver is chrome finished, whereas the Tone is just the same machined finish as the other accessories. I have used the Icon a fair amount working on my bicycle. In fact, that is the number one reason I bought it, and it works great. One of the things I really like to do with it is I'll grab a 5 and a 4 millimeter, which are the 2 most common sizes on my bike, and I can throw the 5 in here, and I can throw the 4 in here. And then when I'm working on stuff, I don't have to constantly go back to the box and switch them out, because I can do 90% of what I need to just with these 2 without having to switch them out. So it's really useful in that regard. I bought the Tone because I was looking for something that was a little bit more, I guess, finished, a little bit nicer to use on a day-to-day basis. I think that while these are both nearly identical sets, they serve slightly different functions. So in my opinion, the Icon, because of its really tight, small form factor, is really great if you wanted to throw it in your backpack, throw it in your glove box. It's really easy to take with you. It's not super heavy either. You probably wouldn't want to carry it around in your pocket, but you could easily throw it in your backpack and have it with you, or, you know, if you're going on a longer bike ride, you could even bring this if you wanted to. But that does have a downside, that because it's so compact, it's a little bit finicky to get the bits out. It's not difficult, but they're not presented in, you know, the nicest way. Whereas the Tone, they're all labeled. You can easily see them. It comes in a nice foam cutout. So I think if you were going to be using these day to day, or just like having one in your toolbox, I think the Tone makes more sense because it's a little easier to find what you need. Unless, of course, you have, you know, a specific requirement where you need Posidrive, or you need standard hex, you know, but of course you could always swap these out. You know, they are just standard 1/4 inch hex bits, so you could always just interchange them. As far as the price of the Tone, I paid $45 US. I did get it on regular US Amazon. I did not have to buy it from the Japanese Amazon. Although, as far as I can tell, these are not domestically available from Tone in the United States. I think that the seller that I bought it from is either somebody who imports them and sells them, or some other situation. I don't think you'll be able to buy these directly from Tone. And as far as the price in Japan, Tone lists this on their website for 10,000 yen, which is about $65 US right now. So $40 compared to $65, but like I said, I was able to get this one for $45, which in my opinion is a great deal. And I have actually seen these Icon ones go on sale for as low as $25. For $25, these are a fantastic deal, fantastic value you get with this. And even for $40, a full price, it's a great value if it's something that you would use regularly. And the Tone, I think I haven't used it as much as the Icon yet. I only recently got it, but I think this is going to be replacing the Icon in my toolbox, and this will probably go in my car or somewhere that I want it to be a little bit more compact, but I'm probably not going to be using it as often. I think I would opt for the Tone to use day to day. In terms of like fit and finish on the actual device, like I said, the ratcheting mechanism is identical. They seem to have the exact same amount of play in the head. It's not the most perfect fit ever. You can see there's a little bit of side to side movement inside the head. It's nothing major. It's never prevented me from using it. I think that if there was an option that was a little bit more tight tolerance, that I would appreciate that. But the ratcheting mechanism is exactly the same. And I've never really had to use it, you know, locked into an angle like this, but if you need that, then it exists. I really do like this foam case. In terms of the case, also, the Icon is plastic case. It's really nice. It's actually a direct copy of another device, the Facom R180J31. I don't have any experience with that brand of tools, Facom, but it's almost exactly the same. The exact same style of case. The Ratchet in the Facom is maybe a little bit heavier duty, but other than that, this is basically a carbon copy, which is pretty much what Icon does. They take, you know, a high quality tool, you know, whether it's Snap-on or Matco, you know, whatever the tool truck is selling, they pretty much copy it identically and then turn around and sell it for half the price. And I think that in general, Icon offers a great value if you're looking for a higher end tool. The Tone, on the other hand, is a metal case. It's a stamped metal locking case. It feels durable. It doesn't feel necessarily as high quality as the Icon, but I have no doubt that this case would last a long time. And just the fact that it's made out of metal. And it does come with this little foam insert, which is probably not necessary. I may end up just hot gluing it in there so it stays. And the foam is stuck in there. It's not perfectly adhered everywhere. There's a little bit of a adherence issue right here on the edge with the foam. And actually, I bought 2 of these sets because I'm going to be giving one to a friend as a gift. And I checked both of them, and they both have this issue where the foam doesn't quite stick down all the way. When you have the ratchet in there, you can't really tell. But if you don't have the ratchet in there, then you can kind of start to see the foam is not completely stuck to the side. I think that's getting pretty nitpicky, especially for a tool in this price. You know, if it was more expensive, then maybe that would be a bigger deal. But overall, I'm not worried about this foam lasting. It seems to be a high quality foam like you would find in a tool truck's toolbox insert. So that's it for my review and comparison of the Tone BRSF 27 and the Icon 35 piece ratchet. I think that they both serve a pretty similar purpose. And you know, if the Icon's on sale for $25, grab it. If you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit better for everyday use and you're going to be looking in the case a lot and you want to be able to grab your bits easily, then maybe the Tone makes more sense. So, thanks for watching.